And a lot of couples have that. So either like my spouse is crazy or I'm crazy instead of like you were really broken and I was really broken. The picture I have of our marriage is that there's a bucket and I had a hole from childhood where I wanted you to fulfill that. And then we got married and you drilled a hole with your behavior. So there's now 2 holes in my bucket. So love is coming in and it's going out the holes in the bucket. One of them I shouldn't have asked you to fill. That wasn't yours to fill. But one of them you caused. It feels like there was both things happening, but I got blamed that both holes in the bucket were my own fault and that you shouldn't have to do anything about it. That's how it felt.
One of the things I hear you saying is you're seeking validation for the role that I played inside of that. And it didn't feel like I acknowledged that. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I drilled an extra hole in the bucket as well. It was very clear there was a hole in your bucket.
We can agree on that.
There wasn't a world in that where I think I knew how to say, hey, there could be 2 holes in this bucket.
It's either me or it's you.
Right. Like, yes, sometimes I thought it was all you, but I don't think that's also fully true. Like, I knew that there was at some level, I'm doing crazy shit and I'm causing problems here inside of this space. Yeah. When I look at it outside of black and white thinking and I go, I absolutely was part of drilling a hole in that bucket. And I'm really sorry for that. Both of us had a lot of either or thinking.
Yeah.
I blamed a lot. There was a lot of things that I wasn't aware of how they would impact you. And I'm sad about that. There were a lot of things that I was not aware of or I denied. And then there was things that I was very aware of, but if I acknowledged it, my perception was, I'm already drowning in the way that she talks to me about how I show up in the relationship. And there was so much sadness of feeling like I was already drowning. Mm-hmm. And this felt like it was going to be the thing that like was going to sink me completely.
If we could have talked through that picture back then, like, hey, there's 2 holes here and I'll work on mending the one from my childhood, but I need you to work on mending the one you're creating. And I think if we could have done that, like that there can be 2 things happening here at once. And I think the reason that my emotions came up in this thing is it was feeling like we were going back into like some very black and white talking. And that feels still threatening to me.